Hail, go in peace. Well met. Go in peace. We shall meet again. I've been expecting you. How may I aid you?
You wish to speak? May the eternal sun shine.
Hail, go in. Greetings, traveler.
Hail. May the eternal sun shine upon you.
Peace, friend. Be careful.
Greetings. Be careful.
Well met. May the eternal...
It's useless for us though, but... Ooh! Okay. Hey, hey. May I offer you an egg in these... Oh, are you crazy? No, 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 no. Holy run, 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 run. Sorry, sorry, sorry. I have no health. Give me a sec, give me a sec. Let me just run away from this real fast. Okay, I was reading a message about X in my chat, and I was not paying attention to the game. Let me just get away from this guy. Okay, you almost killed me, Rake, by the way. I just want to let you know. Yeah, leave. Go away from me now. Leave. Leave. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. My spawns. I'm gonna hit him with one of these. The Thither's the mage is not at level 30 in Duskwood. Her last words were, "What sort of dumb fuck idiot you gonna be to die on mage?" Lamau. Oh no. Well, that's a rip, isn't it? Oh god, the last words. I'm telling you guys, mages have the biggest ego when it comes to like hardcore, man. They are the ego Andes, man. I myself am a very humble and very, very, very handsome warlock. Any island explorers in the chat? Okay, we are now good. Let's not do this part, but let's go turn in some quests, guys, okay? We're gonna be dinging level... Oh my god. Look at that, guys. Holy. That feels good. Let's go turn it in. Damn. That's a good feeling, isn't it? Yeah, just having everything done like that. Just turn these bad boys in. They don't give a lot of XP like these, like kill quests, but you get a lot of XP just from like killing all the mobs, so that's where it's worth it, right? Alright, let's go to Bootsy Bay, guys. And we're gonna ding level 36 now. I know, Crank. I'm working on it. Okay, there you go. We still cannot do this. We cannot do this quest, guys, because you need a bunch of ore from hinterlands, like up here. Oh, no, not hinterlands, Arathi Highlands. You need to go into a cave up here and then mine a bunch of ores. But we can't do that, and we can't buy them from the auction house because we're hardcore. So this quest is a big L. Regardless, though, let's ding, guys. Oh, level 36. Let's go, the big Gussie. Yeah, buddy. Let's go. Oh my god, all these quests, man. I'm overloading on quests right now. Let's get a final level of suppression. And we're gonna get one more Grim Reach after as well.
Time is money.
Okay.
Be good.
Nice. All right, let's go get some skills, guys. Level 36. All right, now we got the actual report. There you go. Nice. All right, let's go train our skills.
Pleased to meet you.
All right, what do we get? Oh, yes. Oh, that's a juicer. Spellstone. Here's a spellstone for the caster. When equipped and used, the spellstone removes all magic effects from the caster and will absorb 400 magic damage for 1 minute. In addition, equipping the spellstone improves your chance to get a critical strike with spells by 1. So is that like a thing I have in my offhand? Or is it like a... how does spellstones work? Okay, I'm gonna put my new Shadow Ball on. Is that like an offhand? Oh, that's an offhand. Oh, shoot. I have a staff. Level 38, we can get Imp Fireball level 5. Okay, let's go turn to the quests. I've never played this class ever before, so it's pretty dope.
What can I do for you?
Here you go.
Keep your feet on the ground.
King's Tribute.
Hi.
Oh, a King's Tribute. That's the thing we did in Hillsprad. Yeah, where we collected all the rocks. Okay, let's turn this in. He's gonna make... Oh, look at this. Gussie! 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 Tell me you have enough Ultra Granite for me to begin my masterpiece in order for Sole Baloo. Perfect. Better than I could have imagined. And I have quite an imagination, you know. I'll get to work right away, Gussie. There you have it. The king should be quite pleased if I do say so myself. This guy's gamer. The king guard should be along shortly to pick up the memorial. In the meantime, come join me upstairs and let's finish our little chat, Gussie. Ah, such fine stones from Lodran. Such a shame the land is in such shambles. But the memorial came quite quick, well. I should think the king will be the most pleased with it. Okay, nice stuff.
I see them in you. Why have
Good stuff, mate. Look at us, guys. I cannot believe that first aid is the only profession we're actually leveling. Oh, God. It is time to go to Desolace. Is that who I think it... Looking down on you from up here feels right. Why, you ask? Karma's anger was soothed earlier. For a moment, anyway. It whispered a repentance of a better future. But then, it screeched. Like a tram carrying this naive hope away. It's clear as day now. Nobody will deny it anymore. Nobody will be your apologist. You stood at Stormund's side of the Deep Run tram, right next to Nipsey. After all this time, avoiding that place, flying between the cities, you finally gained the audacity to stare your evil origins in the face and smile. Look at me, up here. Okay, I'm trying. I'm really short. If this world knows any justice, you will not ride a mount. These wastes will be your tomb. You will die here. And we'll be left to fix the world ourselves. To fix the errant key lines that you've maddened. Look at these bones behind me. Mightier creatures than you have fallen here. I wonder if the buzzards likes the taste of gnome. Elisa, Morbenfell, and Morledin. These are the 3 most dangerous elites in Duskwood. Oh, and Stitches, of course, but we don't talk about him right now. We are gonna be heading into Duskwood today on our 1 life character. Pull Morbenfell with this mob. There's like 3 mobs we gotta kill here. Hold on. God. Did I pull mob? Oh, I pulled Morbenfell. Look at how beautiful the big Gussie is today, man.
Hey.
We actually got ourselves level 32 last night, but we're gonna be heading to a scary place today, guys, called the Duskwood. Okay, and to do that, we need to first pick up this here. Yeah, we need to just get this diplomat quest done, and then we're gonna go to Duskwood. Let's go turn this bad boy in over here. Oh, mate. Give the sealed note to Watcher Bacchus in Duskwood. Okay, well, off to Duskwood we go. So what does my friend need of me as such a gloomy day as this? What do you mean? This is quite a nice day in Duskwood, actually. This is pretty nice. Okay, find the Defias docket and return it to Defias Bacchus in Duskwood. Okay, let's go kill some Morgans, guys. Channels a bolt of lightning and hurls it towards all enemies in front of the caster, causing 152 to 176 damage. The caster is then surrounded by a barrier of electricity for 10 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna try it on this mob. I know it's only one mob, but I'm gonna try it out, guys, okay? Let me just see here. So we do this, and then we do the helmet. You guys couldn't really see it because Stinky Pinky died, but that looked pretty cool. Okay, well, it's mostly just cosmetic, that I will say. And I think we might have to be a little bit closer to the mob. So we'll test it out again when it comes there, okay? So in 30 minutes, we can try it again, guys. I am the Worgen Slayer, guys. Okay, Kalor, here you go, mate. I did the Worgens, and now we gotta slay more Worgens. Yeah, let's go. Okay, we need 7 more of these bad boys. It should be easy. This Worgen in the wood quest is actually quite sus, but... Oh! Are you crazy? Fenros!
Hello there.
Wait, I think this guy can drop a really, really good item. If I recall correctly, I don't know if it's for... Oh, Carl, you crazy? Okay, Carl, can you help me? How about that? Yeah, he can drop something really nice. I don't remember what, but... Huh? Wait, does this add-on show all the drops? Bro, this add-on is broken. So he can drop male combat boots. He can drop the quest. He can drop some really good shoulders. Oh, it was the shoulders I remembered. That add-on is called Rare Scanner, by the way, if you're interested. You guys see that? That is a chest. And I want that. Big damn, guys. Big damn. Always big damn. Oh, this guy's running so fast. We're chilling now. Oh, there's another boy. Okay, double fear in the chat. Okay, that fear broke instantly. I'm sad. Oh, guys, by the way, I just realized I haven't made my Hillstone yet. You guys know how we started every single gaming session getting a Hillstone in the beginning? I actually didn't do that this time, so that's bad. We should always get a Hillstone. That should be the first thing we do always. What the hell? Okay, let's go get the chest, guys. All right, let's go here. Let's see what's in the chest, boys. There it is. Okay. Musagate. Oh, we need a silver bar for that quest. You guys remember, right? In Ironforge, we need to find a silver bar. These are really good. Holy crap. On a real note, though, Imp is actually not bad. Firewalker is very strong because it can tank, but the Imp genuinely does really nice damage. You know what I mean? Like, it does. Okay, I'm gonna just send in Carl on this mob, guys. Just watch how much damage Carl does. Like, genuinely, this is just Carl. Okay, look. 46 per fireball. That's actually good damn at this level. And Carl can still tank. Like, if I'm pulling 2 mobs, I can send Carl in on 1 mob and I can do the other guy, right? Guys, it is time. It is time to do... Oh. What's it? The Legend of Stalvan. I could barely make out those letters, but that writing style reminds me of something I once knew before my vision became so poor. Marshall Haggard wants you to check the chest upstairs for the faded journal page. So basically, we're learning about the lore of the Legend of Stalvan, guys, which is a very, very evil and crazy lore quest in the WoW. And that's why look, it's haunted.
Let Renegade of Stalvan rest.
Like, it's literally haunted. You have it. Nice. Take the... Oh, so now we're gonna go to Tavern Keep Smiths. Okay, so we have to go back to the where are we going? We're going to Ravenhill now. We need to be careful about Elisa here, guys. She might be up. Yep, as I said, she was up. Yeah, so we don't want to deal with her right now. Let's go slay some Plague Spreaders and get some ribs and some fangs. Did you guys know, originally, Blizzard intended Duskwood to be like a completely dark place, somewhat like this, and you had to use like torches to like light the way. That's why a lot of the NPCs, when they rock through Duskwood, they all have torches, because they were supposed to be like beacons of light rather than never-ending darkness that is Duskwood, right? There's a lot of cool things like that Blizzard had intended, but they just never really like came through with, and I think that's really sick, honestly. I like that a lot. Imagine that if the entirety of Duskwood looked like that. It will be so gnarly, man. Oh, nice. We got the fang.
Stay a while and listen.
There you go, mate. Ah, thanks. Those will do just the trick. Return Abercrombie's crate to Abercrombie. Oh, this one is down here as well, right? Isn't it? This is actually not nice. Because if these guys start respawning while I'm in the cave, we're gonna have a bad time. Somebody's cleared this cave. And I assume it's the mage who cleared all the mobs at the same time. So they're all gonna respawn in one big, like, chunk. Okay, well, hopefully we can find the boss. Oh, that's the guy, Vaxul. Wait, that's actually really good RNG. Okay, let's just get him now so we can get out of this cave. Go. Okay. Oh, shoot. 1 sec. Okay, good stuff. We got the quest done. Let's go turn them in Darkshire. I'm just gonna hearth, guys. Ooh, we got a 10 slot bag here. We can't really use that. I mean, we can, but I already have 10 slot bags. I have like a rainbow of bags, man. I'm gonna sell a buttload of this stuff here because we don't really need it right now. I do need to level my cooking up again soon, though, guys. I've been like slacking on my cooking, so we'll see how that goes, right? Let me just do this here. Good. Nice. And then this. And we're good. There we go.
See you around.
Okay, there's a lot of lore here, guys, that we are obviously paying really good attention to. Kill Stalvan, Mistmantle, and show Madame Eva his family ring. Oh, this is the final quest for Mistmantle stuff. He's actually up. I'm not gonna be that guy. Guys, I'm not, like, I don't need any loot from him. And maybe there's a hunter who really wants Lupos. I'm gonna do the good thing and let him go. And if some hunter wants to come tame him, Lupus is up right now. I will do the good thing, guys. Here you go, mate. Nice. Bring Abercrombie's letter to Elo Deep Unlock. Yep. Sven! There you go, Sven. Nice. I am gonna run over here. We're gonna fly to Darkshire. Here you go. Nice. Dude, we're just hoisting all the XP today. Whee! Here you go. Okay, there's so many, like, running. I feel like I'm an errand boy. I'm just running back and forth, turning everything in. Look at this. Okay, go back. Okay, go to this guy. Okay, talk to me again. All right, talk to this guy now. Now go back to this guy. Why couldn't they just talk to each other? Like, why do I have to be like the middleman here? This makes no sense.
Be careful.
So now we have Moladin, we have Morbin Fell, and we have Bride of the Embalmer, which is all the elite quests of Duskwood. Here you go, Legend of Memes. We don't have that yet.
Bless you.
We're gonna turn this in. All right, we're gonna turn in the Diplomat and then go kill Stalvan. Here you go. Oh, this is in Stormwind. Let's go this way. Oh, is that you? Yeah, look at my health, by the way. He is literally just going ham on me. Like, bro, for a normal mob, look at my health. This is ridiculous. He does so much damn, man. Okay. Here's the tier. It's a little flower, guys. Mine is better. Okay. Very good. Time to slay some more Worgens, guys. Let's get it done. Ooh, what's that? Eagle. Oh, that's not that great. Tainted one, tainted one. Okay, I need 2 more tainted ones. And we need 1 Wildfang. Yeah, the respawns might bite me in the butt a little bit here. We might have to go to the other place to find the last Wildfang. Yeah, there's a Wildfang down there. So we'll get 1 more tainted one from here, and then we'll go get the Wildfang from down there. They haven't started respawning yet, though, so we're chilling. Okay. Yeah, no respawns yet. Dude, look at this damn man. Holy shit! Holy... Dude. Okay, I didn't expect that. We lived. Out of all the things that I expected, that was not one of them. No, I know that they respawn fast, but I thought it was gonna be like, okay, like 3-4 mobs, and then like 3-4 mobs. The entire camp just respawned. What? If I was in the cave, if I was anywhere, bro, I was actually in a really lucky spot right there when that happened. I had a mob feared, Carl was tanking a mob in there, and I just had time to run out. Okay, so if anyone is leveling in Duskwood, guys, all of these mobs all respawn at the same time. for whatever reason. Holy man. Okay, well, let's go kill an elite mob, guys. It's time to slay Elisa. I turned it in. I turned it in. She should spawn now. Okay, I just need to see. I need to see. Are the ads there? That's the ads. Okay. What? There's 3? What? What? What's going on? What if I jump on this shit? I mean, it might be the play. I just haven't done that before, so I don't know if it works. I could be a shit Andy, right? Yeah. Okay. So one ad down. She might spawn some more. Okay, so now the ads are dead. So now there's no ads. At least to begin with, right? So now, if I go onto the shit... Oh, God. Why are we doing this, man? This is so gnarly. Like, not like this gnarly, but like, scared gnarly. Okay. Easy clap. And we'll just do this. Oh. Want. Dude, this is... Ooh, okay, there's the ads. But, since we're on this shit... Carl, I am so sorry, Carl. I apologize, Carl, guys. Close your eye, it's fine. Oh, God. Well, there it is, guys. Easy clap. Wait till level 38, they said. Wait till...
If you don't think there's hope for the world,
It's a green quest, they said. Nah. We do it when it's difficult, guys. You know my style. Come down, Carl. Wait. Carl, come down. Oh, shit. Wait. Let's just wait a little bit, okay, guys? She despawned. Fuck. Okay, Carl, you're just... Okay, I think Carl is, like, offended that I killed him before, so now he doesn't want to help me, guys. Yeah. Wait, what's going on here? Yeah, Soul, it's fine. Don't worry about it, man. I'm just, Okay, we need to loot him fast. Okay. Chilling! Okay, good. Sorry, I don't know why I was doing that. I'm so sorry. I'm more scared of the guards. Carl, you fucking useless. Wait. Holy... What was that? Why was the hellstone so bad? I'm just gonna health pot just in case. It's fine. I could have lived, guys. I could have lived. Okay, for the record, don't worry. I got this. Okay, I did not ask for help. Just for the record, before we get ahead of Reddit. Did she despawn again? How? Okay, it's fine. We're just gonna go in fast and swift. Oh, double Nightfall proc. Oh, wait. If she doesn't respawn the ads, we can just go in fast. Nice. Okay. Oh, okay. Well. All right, we got it, guys. It only took us 3 kills. Okay. Do I seem like a person who would go into doing Morbid Fell without a plan? Yeah. Yeah, probably. You guys are right. I probably would. But I actually do have a plan. We might pull Morbid Fell with this mob. There's like 3 mobs we gotta kill here. God, I'm trying to like weave it in. Hold on. God. Let's do that guy. Did I pull mob? Oh, I pulled Morbid Fell. Oh, fucking Carl, man. Okay, I killed him up. I killed him up. That's good. Sorry, Carl. Okay, I killed one of the mobs, so that's good. The goal of that pull was just to kill 1 mob. Yeah, that's a 10-second stun. Arranging the cast. Good. Gonna Shadow Ward. Send Carl on the other mob. Possible. So Carl takes the aggro. Because honestly, guys, who needs a White Walker? Nice. And that's Morbid Fell down. Oh. Nice. Morbid Fell slain. There it is. Dude, I'm getting nervous, man. I'm getting nervous. We should wait for him to come over here, right? I think he paths this way. Out of all those 3 mobs, it's definitely Morbid who scares me the most. Okay, we gotta bring him all the way to this place. I'm gonna cancel the Gamba now. Yeah, dude, he's way slower than I thought. Look at him. Oh, no, no, no. More like slow, bro. Okay, I was way too worried about that for no reason. Okay, look at that. We're literally running laps around him. Okay. I thought it was gonna be way more difficult than that.
Att surfa utan NordVPN kan leda till att man delar sina personuppgifter med fler personer än man tror. Skaffa NordVPN och skydda dina tjänster.
Okay, we got it. Easy clap, guys. God gamer. All right, let's go turn in the quest, guys. I don't blame you. Oh, sorry, it's my lady.
I don't blame you if you're having trouble with him, Guzzy. Some of our strongest watchers have been lost to Morladim. You killed him? That's no small accomplishment, Guzzy. On behalf of the people of Darkshire and the Night's Watch, I thank you. Ah, there is one small matter, however.
Oh, shoot, there's another thing. The daughter who lived. Okay. Okay. We don't need that. There we go. All right, let's turn this in. A daughter's love. Oh, yeah. She's Moladim's daughter, by the way. No. Okay. Working in the woods. Good stuff. 4 stam, 4 spirit. And we lose 3 stam. I actually like having more stam. I don't really care about that much too much. This one is worse than mine. But we get some XP. Okay, let's go turn in the sword up here, guys. A daughter's love. Here you go, mate. Am I talking to a grave? I don't think they want to talk to me. Okay. Oh, God. Alright, well, there's... Woohoo! Let's go over here. And then we're gonna be picking up the quests. Okay, there you go.
Careful.
Pick up all the quests here. I need to clean up my bags fully and then like get my professions in order and stuff like that, right? So we'll do it like that. We are chilling. Colonel Curson today. I am not gonna do Colonel Curson at level 33. I will do him when I'm appropriate level for it. Oh shoot, this is really lucky, guys. Oh damn, this is like happens. I don't know how often this happens, but this guy starts running, and then if you save him from these two like bing bong bangs, then you can get a quest. Oh shoot, I forgot I have the siphon life now, man. Dude, look at all these dots we have. Holy, they're getting blasted. This is where we pop off, man. Nice. And since we freed him, he gets a quest.
What can I do for ya?
What can I do for ya? And then we get all of these. We don't really want the Green Hills of Stranglethorn yet because there's no reason for it, really. Sometimes these guys heal. We can't really do anything against that, sadly. Oh, I could fear the heal. Oh, good point. Yeah, actually true. What the hell? I didn't even think about that. Why don't you just play the game? I'm like sitting here not even knowing what to do. So 10 more of those, and then we just need a bunch of jungle remedies. Are you okay? Look at this guy. Bro, are you good? Ludovic, you're pulling like the entire camp, man. Hey, yo, look, wait, he is struggling. Look at him. Wait. Oh, shit. Siphon life. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. I'm actually in trouble. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna run away. Give me a sec. I didn't expect to pull 3 mobs there. I did not have the mana for that. What a great idea, live tapping as you're running away from mobs, Scoozy. Please give me more remedies. Oh my god. Need 2 more. This quest is the worst, man. Oh, I am so sorry. No, Ludovic, don't die. Please. Ludovic, heal yourself. My mob healed his mob. Holy. I almost killed him. I have done 6k damage to this guy. I almost killed you. If you don't know what just happened, I pulled this medicine man, and then because he was in aggro, but in range to Ludovic's mob, my mob, I just pulled, healed his mob, and he almost died because of it. I have lay on hands. Were you saving lay on hands with literally 3% Pew. Oh, you... No, now this guy heals him. Juggling. Oh my god, look at this. The Juggle God. And we got the remedies. We're done. Okay, we are finished here. Thank the Lord. This little corner is really annoying. Let's turn these bad boys in here. Here you go, my lady. And then here you go, my sir.
Bless you.
Alright, let's go up here real fast. We're gonna turn in the Curson quest that we just picked up. And then we got lots of XP to hoist here, guys. Okay, there you go. Oh, yes. Nice. Okay.
For the Alliance.
That is a lot of juicy XP, guys. Okay, let's hearth. Okay, let me pick up this quest as well.
Safe travel.
Nice. Nothing else we really want to do here. Curse of Elements. This could be worthwhile. I'm gonna keep this. Pretty good pumpage today on Gussie, though, guys. We had a very, very close call in Duskwood, though. Jesus Christ. But the next place we're gonna head to, I think actually it's gonna be the Kalimdor, guys. Okay? Oh god. Because the thing is, guys, if you if you die.
Guzu, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Guzu, I got the mount. Thank you for the raid and everything. But there's one problem.
Yes.
I don't have fast flying and I only have 4K. I need 1K.
Nah.
I'm not gonna give you.
Bro,
What do you mean?
Serious? I'm
I'm not gonna
serious.
give you
I'm
gold.
serious.
What do you mean?
I'm serious. I need 1K gold.
Dude, I'm not gonna give you. Why would I want to give you 1,000 gold out of nowhere?
I enchant your 2 glaive and I didn't get anything from you.
Oh, here
Come
we
on, man.
go. Oh, here we go. I gave you the chocolate milk in high school, and now I want my refund.
Hey, you told on the stream, and I have a clip. You told on the stream, you're gonna pay me back. You're gonna tip me. You're gonna tip me. You told that on the stream.
Bro, this guy.
You got caught, Guzu.
Tip you 1,000 gold for an.
Guzu, I only need 1K.
Oh my god, this guy! Listen, how about this? I'll give you 500 if Index gives you the other half.
No, look, what do you mean?
I will give you
have more gold than
500
me,
if
man.
Index gives you the other half.
No, look, Gizu, how much gold have you got?
I have 14k.
Come on.
This guy,
Index.
man. You can't afford 1k to one of your loyal raiders. Are you crazy, man? Don't try and drag me into this. He's trying to distract you from the fact that he doesn't want to give you the gold, okay? I'm not invested in this. He takes bennies from everyone and anything he can, okay? He has enough gold.
Okay, dude.
He's not wrong.
Oh my god.
I think you should just own up, man. You said you'd tip him. You gotta give him that 1k.
Yeah. Tip him.
You fucking clipped it and saved it for a year down the road. Oh my.
You know me, I'm not going to. I pay you back. I pay you back. But right now, I only need 1K to get to fly with the fast mount. That's it.
Wow, you want to fly through the skies?
Yeah.
Wow.
I have the shitty mount. I I fly with the shitty mount.
Did you get the Black Frederick or what?
Yeah, I got it's in my bag.
God.
Where are you? Let me show you.
Yeah, I see it. I see you got it. You know what? You've joined the raid. Have your 1,000 gold, man. There you go, dude.
Talk.
Yeah, there you go, man.
You
I
can
see it, man.
There's a black.
And where is my payment?
Get your 1,000 gold, dude. Go
Thank
get
you,
your
man.
amount. No problem.
Thank you.
No problem, King.
Proud
You're
of you,
good.
Gizu, man.
I will pay you back. I will pay you
You
back.
don't. It's fine. It's a gift. You don't have to pay me back. It's okay. It's okay.
Thank you.
All right, let's clear left side first, guys.
Jag var inte så jätteduktig på lagmål. Jag har fått grejer av jul och det här kan jag göra själv.
Alltså.
Så ikväll blir det Mexican chili. Vi sätter vatten.
Ja.
Voilà, klart det.
Under.
Okay, boys, let us watch this Platinum WoW video. He probably makes the best like cinematic videos I think for WoW right now there is, and it's called The Warcraft Villains Who Did Nothing Wrong. I think it's about the Defias Brotherhood. Okay, so we'll watch this, guys. Platinum WoW. Let's see what this is all about, boys. Did somebody just kiss me in World of Warcraft? Come on, man! Dude, I'm getting stun locked. The Warcraft villains who did nothing wrong.
In World of Warcraft, the Horde and the Alliance typically follow two pretty obvious archetypes for the most part. The Horde are the bad guys and the Alliance are the good guys.
That's not true, okay? That is not true. I just want to say that's not true. That is a untrue fact that he just said.
Or
That's
are they?
Oh!
One of the
Redemption.
first enemies Alliance players may fight in World of Warcraft is a direct result of the more deceitful past of the Alliance. It's common you'll find people saying that the Defias Brotherhood did nothing wrong, and are one of the villains in Warcraft who are completely justified in their actions. In order to understand their leader Van Cleef and his Brotherhood's insatiable need for revenge, we'll have to learn about their origins and how the so-called Heroic Alliance had betrayed them.
Oh,
But first,
shoot.
a quick word from today's totally unrelated and slightly inappropriate sponsor.
Oh.
Your balls! That's right, today's video is sponsored by Manscaped, the best
One of those.
works. Code. The Second War has just finished on Azeroth. The Alliance was victorious, and the Orcs' rampage was finally quelled.
Okay.
The humans of the Eastern Kingdoms transitioned into an age of recovery from the violent wars. Stormwind was left in ruin. The Orcs had turned the once regal marble into nothing more than piles of stone. Rebuilding the Jewel of the Alliance would take a monumental effort. The nobles of Stormwind gathered and hired a small army of workers called the Stonemasons Guild, led by lead architect Edwin Van Cleef.
That's the guy. That is the guy.
People traveled from all over the kingdoms with their families to start anew and rebuild the city. This humongous undertaking to rebuild Stormwind marked a new beginning for many. Finally, the humans could focus on rebuilding their lives instead of worrying about 7-foot-tall roided-up green monsters breaking down their door and throwing axes in their face.
Dude, imagine you're just like out, like doing your normal duties, like you're like a little farmer, and then some fucking like big 3-meter tall smork just like kicks in your door and murders your whole. Never mind. Okay.
Hey, get back to work. This city isn't gonna build itself. Job's done. And voila!
That's
the
fast.
city was rebuilt and was just as, if not more, beautiful than before.
Yep.
Edwin Van Cleef and his hard-working stonemasons ventured to the keep to claim their promised rewards and...
Oh no.
My apologies, but we have decided that we are not...
I'm gonna go up here just for subtitles. Because like you can't read them.
...going to pay you. What?
What?
The nobles decided that they'd just not pay the stonemasons for their years of work. They expressed...
Okay, that's messed up. Okay, that's literally a scam.
...that they should have rebuilt Stormwind out of civic pride instead. Even though civic pride had no way of putting food on the table for your family.
That doesn't
The
make sense.
reality of the situation was that the Stormwind nobles were undergoing a serious debt. Stormwind's military was expanded deep into places across the Eastern Kingdoms like Hillsbrad Foothills and Stranglethorn. I mean, just look at these guys. There has to be like a dozen of them. Maybe.
Yeah.
Look, point is, the nobles have...
So that's why all those camps in like early classic and like the early versions are like so scuffed. It actually all makes sense. Okay, hear me out here, guys. When you're leveling in classic WoW as an alliance player, right? There's no flight paths. All the questing zones suck. Like there's never enough quests, and it's you have to walk so far just to get levels. But when you're leveling on Horde, everything is so streamlined, it's so easy. Like, they have all the flight paths, they have all the quests for the dungeons, they have everything. It's because the Alliance are poor. It actually makes sense in lore. No, it makes sense though, because like, after the war, the Horde was like thriving, and then the Alliance was like poor because they were damaged from the war. So therefore they didn't have the efforts and like the efficiency and all the money to put into making the quests good. That or Blizzard was lazy, you know?
Have been spending a lot of money and can't spare any coin for the stonemasons. While this might be an embarrassing blunder for some of the royalty, for one particular noble woman, everything was going according
That is Onyxia. Right there.
to plan.
Sorry, guys.
Lady Katrina Prestor had deceived the nobles and stonemasons alike. She was secretly the Black Dragon Onyxia.
We all have our disguises.
What?
The daughter of Deathwing manipulated as much chaos as possible among Stormwind with her treachery. She whispered in the ears of the stonemasons, telling them that they needed to ask for more gold, while also telling the nobles they needed to pay them less for their shoddy craftsmanship. I mean,
she's a little B-word, man. She's being a little B-word, a little snake, dude.
Just look at those logs. That can't be safe. And look here. Where the hell are the safety railings?
That's
and look
true.
up here, where even are the textures for the top of the castle? And look at this lion. There's like 5 polygons used for this thing. The top of the castle, and look at this lion.
Wait, where is that? I have never seen that before. Is that... Oh my god, that's so ugly. Oh my god.
Lion. There's like 5 polygons used for this thing. And lastly, why the hell is there a Brewfest wreath here? It isn't even October.
Humans so love their holidays. I mean, of course we do.
And yes, that massive debt the kingdom had racked up was also attributed to Katrina Prestor. The stonemasons were reasonably pissed and protested outside of the castle.
I can understand that.
In an effort to quell this outrage, the nobles disbanded the stonemasons guild, hoping that would make their problem go away.
Dude.
Unsurprisingly, it only made it far worse.
Of course it did.
Stone by stone, Stormwind shall fall.
Oh shoot. People riot.
To battle!
Dude, the guards are getting beat up by stonemasons. That's some Giga Chat stonemasons.
The stonemasons rioted in the streets, wreaking havoc and
is 300 mining for sure.
For sure, man.
Destroying the very city they built with their own hands. The nobles needed to think quick, or their precious kingdom would turn to rubble once again.
Yeah.
Now you see, some nobles actually wanted to fight for the stonemasons' rights and ensure that they were properly paid.
Oh.
Queen Tiffin Rin, wife of Varian Rin.
I lost. Of course he's the good one, man. She's helping out the stonemasons. There it is, dude. Nice.
Was one of these nobles.
Tiffin.
If anyone was going to quell this outrage, it would be her. Attention.
I reckon you better suck these balls.
Thank you, Sora. Thank you.
Citizens of Stormwind, I, your queen, ask that you please... Queen Tiffin Rin was struck by a rock, killing her instantly.
Oh,
Yes, that actually happened in the lore. King
Really?
Varian was absolutely pissed at the stonemasons and cracked down hard on the hooligans who were responsible for the murder of his own
I didn't know
wife.
that.
In fear of being thrown in a cell for the rest of their lives, all of the rioting stonemasons fled from Stormwind, the very city they had built with their own hands.
They lost to a rock. Dude, that's kind of...
Allt behöver inte vara så svårt. Välj timpris från Göta Energi. Få ett elavtal helt utan påslag på elen.
Not like poetic. The stonemasons who built stuff had their entire empire taken down by a rock.
Now imagine for a moment, you are a stonemason. You traveled with your family across the continent to help rebuild Stormwind.
Yeah.
You spent years of your life performing back-breaking labor to make a lovingly crafted city that was the jewel of the Alliance, as they said.
Wait, so the Defiance Brotherhood built Stormwind, basically. Like, they rebuilt it. That's actually crazy.
Only to be banished from it and forced to watch
I didn't
as
know
the
that. That's
nobles
crazy.
live their happy lives in their castle that you had built. To say the stonemasons were filled to the brim with spite would be an understatement.
Yeah.
And their leader, Edwin Van Cleef, was no exception.
Oh.
You see, Edwin was not just some guy who knew how to make pretty castles.
He's badass.
He had an extensive history and was even childhood friends with Matthias Shaw, leader of the SI-7, and was trained in the art of being a rogue. The beaten-down stonemasons looked up to him for answers on what to do next.
Yeah.
Van Cleef assured them that they would get their revenge. The stonemasons donned crimson bandanas, a stark contrast to the royal blue of the Alliance that had failed them.
Oh.
They were renamed to the Defias Brotherhood and would stop at nothing to claim their promised payment by any means necessary.
The nobles of Stormwind will pay.
Why don't they just pay them? Like just pay them, right? And then they're good. Right, because clearly they're capable of doing great things. So like, just pay them and then be friends, right? I guess they did kill the queen. So maybe that's not like really a good thing. Yeah, that's true. And they don't have money. Yeah. You know what, never mind.
First things first, this newly established criminal organization would need a base of operations. The rundown town of Moonbrook seemed like the perfect location.
This is our town,
Beat it, scrub.
Yeah, beat it.
Dude, they sort of joined it. Dude, they're
With Moonbrook
bullies!
taken over, the Defias could claim what they were really after.
What the hell?
Beneath the town was the abandoned and haunted mine shaft called the Dead Mines. The gold harvested from this maze of tunnel systems once accounted for a third of Stormwind's treasure reserves. In an ironic twist of fate, the Defias now claimed it as their own. The Dead Mines has been a location in the Warcraft universe ever since the first Warcraft game, when the Orcs took over the mines during the First War. Blackhand's daughter named Griselda fled to the mines with an ogre named Turok, and the player had to venture into the mines and slay the deserters. After the Second War, the mine shaft was left abandoned until now. Deep within their headquarters, the Defias organized their attacks against the Kingdom of Stormwind. First was to cripple their food supply. Westfall was known as the breadbasket of Stormwind's kingdom, and halting the farming of crops would deal a massive blow.
You looking at me?
Defias goons sprawled out across the golden fields and laid claim to the family farms. They'd salt the earth or outright torch the crops and halt all production, like I mentioned.
Okay, that's messed up, man. What the hell, dude?
Mentioned earlier in the video, Stormwind's military was deployed in places all across the Eastern Kingdoms, so the citizens of Westfall were kind of just left to suffer as the Defias bullied. Meanwhile, Van Cleef used his contacts from when he was an architect to his advantage, and hired a gaggle of goblins to craft a variety of gadgets and gizmos for the Brotherhood.
Who's ready to make some money?
But the most horrific invention the goblins crafted was the harvest golems.
Wait. Oh, those are... This all makes sense. It actually all ties together. You know? Goddamn, those harvest goblins in Westfall are so annoying to deal with too, man. They have insane aggro range. They can't be taunted. They can't be feared. They're just crazy.
The Defias deployed these robots to inhabit the sacked farms to dissuade them from ever being claimed again. This proved to be effective because, by the light, the harvest golems are such a horrifying mob in WoW that nobody talks about.
Out of my field!
Target acquired. Harvesting servos engaged.
Imagine running through a cornfield while being chased by a giant scarecrow with knives for fingers.
Fuck that, dude.
Getting a stranglehold on the territory of Westfall was child's play. Now, the Defias could enact Phase 2 of their plan. Defias bandits sprawled out across the zones of Elwyn Forest, Duskwood, and Redridge, creating an intricate network of outposts to relay information and stir up commotion within the local settlements.
They're smart.
At this point, the Defias Brotherhood did not just recruit stonemasons into their ranks. Bandits, cutthroats, smugglers, and any other humans who were wronged by the Kingdom of Stormwind could join their organization and work towards dismantling their opposition. But not everything went according to plan.
Okay. Oh, Basil Threat. It's the cage, yeah?
Within the Stormwind stockades, the Alliance's most dangerous criminals have been thrown behind bars, including members of the Defias Brotherhood.
Yeah.
One of Van Cleef's closest lieutenants was a man named Basil Thread, who had been imprisoned by the Stormwind Guards. Even inside the stockades, he was able to convert the other convicts into joining the Brotherhood. When players enter the stockades, the prisoners have erupted into a riot. What sparked this rampage is explained in the quest text for the quest, The Color.
That we obviously read. Everybody reads quest text, obviously, right, guys?
Blood. You see, because Stormwind's military was absent, they had volunteer guards for the stockades. One of these volunteer guards was a 14-year-old boy named Mac.
What?
Mac had tried to reprimand some of the prisoners for turning their wool blankets into Defias masks. In response, the prisoners killed him. Anyways, the riot within the stockade...
Okay, so... Alright.
...is just yet another
Get wrecked.
for Stormwind's kingdom that has spiraled out of control.
Grab your shield! It's a riot! Back to your cell!
Jeez.
Let's get back to the Defias and their master plan. What is their master plan? Surely it isn't just petty thievery.
I mean, so far it seems like they're just like kind of pissed off, right? But they're building up an army, right? So maybe they want to overtake Stormwind or something?
And harassing locals. Well, you see, Van Cleef's plan is... First, bribe the gnolls and have them attack the humans. These monstrous hyena people would cause havoc within Stormwind's kingdom and would be a great distraction from the Defias' activities.
Yeah.
Next, take over the local mine shafts all over Elwyn Forest and then hire kobolds to mine the resources from these mine shafts.
Dude.
Next, use the Defias outposts scattered across the zones to make a complex trade route and smuggle steel, copper, and other materials and ship them over to the dead mines. In the dead mines, have your goblin engineers and builders construct various components and rigging for their ultimate weapon, a massive juggernaut armed with dozens of cannons.
It actually does look badass when you look at it like this, dude.
Juggernaut armed with dozens.
Look at that, man. It has literally like cannons coming out the ass. There's like cannons everywhere. If they got this ship out, dude, they could rip some serious damage, man.
Of cannons. Then hire a group of bloodsail pirates to man the ship. Then sail it out into the open sea.
Oh shit!
Pull up to the Stormwind Harbor and yes, reduce that damn city to rubble. Oh, just imagine the look on the nobles' faces. No.
Nope.
It can't be.
Level 20 players. Oh, no.
Forgotten? The player.
Yeah, here we go.
That's
here
right.
we go,
Van Cleef's
dude.
plan was foiled how most villains' plans are.
And then the adventurers came in and put an end to Edwin Van Cleef.
They're foiled in the Warcraft universe. The player characters allied with the People's Militia in Westfall and stormed into the dead mines.
That's us, guys.
One by one, they defeated Van Cleef's henchmen, starting with his goons, then his engineers, and finally, his crew that was second in command, like Mr. Smite, Captain Greenskin, and Cookie. Yes, the Defias has a Murloc chef named Cookie, and there's literally no lore explanation for it. But lore-wise, Mr. Smite and Cookie don't actually die. Mr. Smite returned in the Mist of Pandaria expansion as a rare mob named Yorick Sharpeye in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms.
You can get like
we
a toy.
know it's him because he drops a toy that lets you turn into Mr. Smite. As for Cookie, he comes back in another iteration of the dungeon that I'll talk about later in this video. Then he plays a very minor role in the Warlords of Draenor expansion in a garrison mission. And then...
garrisons.
We find his corpse in Shadowlands.
Oh.
Where in Maldraxxus, he was turned into an abomination, and then died again.
Bro, that Murloc lived a rough life, man. What the hell? All he wanted to do was be a cook on a ship, and he turned into this? Jeez.
So now he's like super dead, back to the dead mines. Despite Van Cleef having a better executed and more thought out plan than the most powerful villain in the Warcraft universe, he would ultimately meet his demise atop the Juggernaut and be defeated by the player characters.
Fantastic!
Where's the loot? Yeah.
Although Van Cleef was in the Warcraft universe, he would ultimately meet his demise atop the Juggernaut and be defeated by the player characters.
Fantastic!
Where's the loot? Yeah.
Although Van Cleef was beheaded, it would not spell the end for the Defias Brotherhood, as Van Cleef had a daughter. A daughter who made it her life's mission to enact revenge for what the Kingdom of Stormwind had taken from her. Vanessa Van Cleef plotted in secret and would not reveal her true identity until the events that took place in the Cataclysm expansion. During the Cataclysm, Westfall's homeless population grew exponentially. Part of the reason for this was because the Kingdom of Stormwind was spending most of their time and gold on foreign affairs, like the previous war that took place in Northrend during the Wrath of the Lich King expansion. Disguised as a woman named Hope Saldine, Vanessa recruited a variety of henchmen to bolster the Defias once again. During the questing experience in Westfall, we discover that some mysterious woman is rallying the citizens to join the Brotherhood and take revenge against the kingdom that does not care for the best interests of its citizens. Thankfully, they all kind of forgot that it was the Defias that terrorized them in the first place. But let's.
That's just something you forget, you know. That's a. You know, you remember those people who literally, like, you know, literally destroyed your families, like, killed the children and, like, you know, burned the farms and put in harvesters? Yeah, you know, just forgot about those.
Let's just not talk about it. The questing experience in Westfall ends with Sentinel Hill being burned to the ground, and the Defias are operating in full force once again, and plan to use the same boat to destroy Stormwind once again. And you know how this story ends. Players go into the dead mines, defeat the bosses, but...
What? You have this much health? 15, 1.5, 1.59... Okay, I can't even say this. 1,549k health.
Only in the heroic version of the dungeon...
Dude, health really, like, went out of control. That's heroic, that's doing Cataclysm. Wasn't the peak of numbers in Mob? I remember watching some videos of Mob. I never played Mob personally, but I remember watching some videos and people did like a crazy amount of DPS, like hundreds of thousands of DPS. Like it was ridiculous. It was in Legion. It got the most crazy. Okay. Oh yeah, because after Legion, that was when the level squish happened, right? After Legion, and that the whole thing went down. Okay. In Legion, you did millions of DPS. Jesus Christ. I didn't play, like, I quit in Cataclysm. I didn't play Mob or Legion, really. So I kind of skipped those expansions a little bit. But yeah.
Do players actually fight Vanessa?
This is your chance. You keep her alive. Save her. You can save her.
Yeah.
I've been waiting a long time for this, you know.
Oh.
Biding my time.
Same.
Building my forces.
Oh.
Studying the minds of my enemies. I was never very good at hand-to-hand combat, you know. Not like my father. But I always excelled at poisons. Especially venoms that affect the mind.
The Vanessa Van Cleef fight is one of the craziest fights that has ever been added to the game. So, it starts with her poisoning you, and then you go on a drug trip that starts with you being slowly lowered into a cauldron of molten metal. And then you have to experience the deepest, darkest fears of all the previous bosses in the dungeon, which includes fire and...
That's actually cool!
Ice flying everywhere, shit tons of spiders, rotating electric balls, and a Worgen trying to kill his own family. And then you actually fight.
I never did this because I never played Kata.
Vanessa.
So like this is cool. Like what? No, guys, I quit the game in Kata. When Kata came out, I quit after a month and I didn't come back before like late Legion. So I never played like these dungeons really and did this.
It sets the ship on fire, and you gotta swing on this rope like an action movie, and the fight finally ends with Vanessa blowing herself up.
Enough! I will not give you the a pleasure.
Jesus!
I'm going to die. I'm taking you all with me. My fate is my own.
Jesus Christ.
This is easily one of the craziest dungeon fights in the game's history, and it's a shame
That is
because
sick
since this
for a
fight
boss
is only
fight, or like for a
the version
dungeon.
of the dungeon, it hasn't been made relevant for the last decade. It's a shame because there's so much stuff like this in the game's history that is made completely irrelevant, and there's no reason for players to interact with the majority of the content in World of Warcraft.
Damn.
What I'm trying to say is, Blizzard, please make time walking a core part of the endgame experience. Please, thanks. Okay, rant over. But actually, Vanessa...
I would love to do that dungeon, man. That seems really cool. Damn, as somebody who never played Kata really, or like those... Damn, that's so badass.
Did not die at the end of Heroic Deadmines.
Oh.
The lore excuse being that players actually imagined
She got
her
plot
dying
armor.
while experiencing their poison drug trip. Vanessa returns in the Legion expansion during the Rogue Order Hall questline, and after some shenanigans, she becomes one of your followers and joins the faction called the Uncrowned, which is basically just like the rogue version of a secret society sort of thing. And there's just one last thing in Legion that I have to mention.
Oh shit. Damn.
On the demon-infested planet of Argus, the champions of Azeroth fought alongside members of their class order halls, which, for rogues, includes the likes of Defias Thieves. For some reason, I just find this to be the funniest thing ever, because it's like, you're fighting an intergalactic war with spaceship-flying demons and light-imbued super soldiers.
And you got some cutthroats.
And then there's just like, this dude with a red bandana and a knife. And that's it. It's like poetry. What better way to illustrate the wide range of stories told in the Warcraft universe, like putting a petty thief in a dramatic space opera? Back to Westfall.
It is crazy how far WoW has come, right? From literally just like a Westfall, like a bunch of cutthroats burning some fields, to like literally like intergalactic like space war with like some aliens and shit. It's quite crazy.
Book exploring Azeroth Eastern Kingdoms, it's revealed
it's
that
so
the
far
remaining
from what it
members
was.
of the Defias Brotherhood have kind of just been absorbed into the Uncrowned with Vanessa, and are no longer a threat in Westfall. As for the Deadmines, it now suffers the horrible fate of being a pet battle dungeon. Ugh. Oh, the humanity.
Oh,
so,
God.
Did the Defias Brotherhood do nothing wrong? Well, maybe.
Kinda.
Perhaps terrorizing hundreds of innocent
Kinda.
civilians in your personal mission for revenge is not the most morally right thing to do.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, we can all sympathize with the motivations of the Defias Brotherhood, and appreciate how one of the first stories told to most players in World of Warcraft has stood the test of time as a brilliantly crafted tale.
That is actually a really good like story. Man. Dude, good video. I'll link the video, guys. I'll link the video. If you guys want to go sub to Platinum, watch the video yourself, give it a like, all the stuff like that. I will link it in the chat. You guys go. Then watching Platinum out do these videos on like lore stuff in the game. Man, like imagine if there was some sort of like if they did like a narrative and like, you know, okay, this is gonna sound weird, but like, you know, like Arcane, okay, League of Legends did it Arcane. Like there's so many cool storylines and plots you can make into a series like that, man. For WoW, there's the Arthas, obviously, there's the Illidan one, there's like Defias Brotherhood, the Scarlet Crusade. There's so many cool like things, okay? Arcane Season 2, yeah, I know you're gonna bad chest, yeah, but I think that will be cool, man. They have so much like cool lore and storylines that would be sick to do, right? But yeah, the biggest mistake that the Defias did was not placing the quest NPC in the human starting zone to recruit to their cause. Oh yeah, that's true. Also, the Defias and Legion stuff shows how big their balls are. Others fight as infused super soldiers. Those guys go with the knowledge on how to bully farmers. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty badass. I would say so for sure. Imagine the Sylvanas story. Can we get over here? Well, there it is, dude. There it is, man. Actually, really, really good video, man.
Just nu pågår vår stora rea med upp till halva priset på massor av möbler och inredning. Kom och fynda. Handla nu och betala i april om du vill. Välkommen till Mio.
Should we watch the Platinum Ball video? It's a good one. It's a good one. Okay, so Platinum Ball uploaded a video called Everything You Need to Know About Dragons in World of Warcraft.
Jag är inte där.
Alright. And
det kan du vara. Godnatt.
I think we should give this a little whirl, boys, okay?
Yeah.
Get your popcorns, get your tea, get your coffee, whatever you drink while you're cozy. And we'll watch this, guys. We'll watch this, okay?
More fantasy than dragons.
Oh!
You can't get more fantasy than dragons.
True.
And sometimes Warcraft is a fantasy universe. Dragons are some of the most powerful beings on Azeroth, who have an extremely in-depth lore that begins all the way back to the very foundation of the world. How did these magnificent beasts come to be? What is their purpose? And what exactly are they doing in the modern day? Sit back and let's learn everything you need to know about dragons.
Take your notes, guys. We're gonna learn something today. Today, it's gonna be a day for learning about dragons. The Titans.
Our story begins during the Ordering of Azeroth. The Titan Keepers waged war with the untamed elements on the planet and banished them to their respective elemental planes. But not all of the elements were imprisoned. Some of these rogue elements developed into the first ever proto-dragons.
I actually didn't know that. Okay.
The majority of the information we know about these ancient times comes from the novel Dawn of the Aspects. And in this book, there is easily one of the most horrifying and monstrous villains that has never really gotten the respect he deserves in-game.
Let's be honest. Everybody wanted a proto-drake back in the day. This dragon he's about to talk about right now, I think it's called Gorgagrond? Gorgalon, something like that. It's basically the biggest proto-drake of all time. I mean, he's gonna explain it. It's actually like really good lore. We'll listen to what he says about it. So yeah. Galakron, yeah. Like, this is how big he would be.
The father of dragons was a monolithic beast that dwarfed the rest of his kind.
This is so sick.
One day, an unquenchable hunger dominated his body, and he suddenly began to terrorize the other dragons. He performed the unthinkable and started to cannibalize the other proto-dragons. This had dramatic effects on his body, and he began to develop mutations like growing limbs and eyes all over his now decaying body. To put in perspective how big Galakron was, his roar had the ability to cause devastating avalanches, and his wings were so large that the other dragons would mistake it for thunder.
Dude. It's like me in the gym, man.
Breath also had the ability to raise slain proto-dragons into undeath, which were called the Not Living, and their bite would infect other dragons who develop similar unrelenting taste for dragon flesh, and yet, they're literally zombie dragons. The Titan Keepers and their surviving proto-dragons teamed up to defeat this gargantuan beast. These heroes included the Titan Keeper Tyr, Malagos, Nozdormu, Neltharion, Ysera, and Alexstrasza.
They're not what? They're proto-drakes.
During one of the battles, Tyr's hand was bitten clean off by Galakron. The Titan Keeper would later get a new silver hand as a replacement. This glorious, heroic battle would become legend for the people of Azeroth, and Tyr's silver hand became the symbol for the Knights of the Silver Hand Paladins
Oh, there it is.
thousands and thousands and thousands of years later. Galakrond would later be defeated by the team of proto-dragons when Malygos flew inside of Galakrond's mouth with a giant boulder and freezed it in his throat. Then Neltharion flew inside his mouth and blasted a zombie dragon down his throat to push the boulder in further. Because
Really?
Galakrond has little tiny proto-dragon arms, they were just too small to perform CPR on himself, and he choked to death and died.
Wait, why don't you just swallow though? I mean, okay. Is that how he died? Okay.
Yeah, kind of a crazy and strange death for the
Yeah.
biggest dragon in Warcraft history, huh?
You can find, yeah, okay. Dude, he's literally 5 steps ahead of me. I was about to say, you can find the remains of Galakrond all around, like, Dragonblight. Like, all these, like, little zones you see right here. It's, like, zones where they're trying to harvest the power of the remains. Like, you see, like, a bunch of skelly boys and a bunch of, like, abominations around these zones trying to harvest the powers of the bones and stuff like that. You know?
The final resting place for the Father of Dragons can still be found in the frozen
Galakrond's
tundra
rest.
of Dragonblight. But the funny thing is, Galakrond has a bunch of more screen time in Hearthstone compared to World of Warcraft, but maybe we'll see that change in a future expansion.
I guess we will.
After displaying their awesome power, the Titan Keepers were impressed by the 5 proto-dragons that defeated Galakrond. The raw power of the Titans was infused into these 5 proto-dragons so that they could become the Power Ranger defenders of Azeroth and protect the planet from any future threats. All of the Keepers agreed to strengthen these proto-dragons, except for Odin. Because he's kind of an asshole. But they did it anyways. Ionar, the Titan of Life, empowered Alexstrasza and Ysera to protect all living creatures.
Also, they were originally...
the Titan of Magic, empowered Malygos to protect the powerful arcane that dwelled across Azeroth. Amenthul, High Father of the Pantheon, empowered Nozdormu to guard the very fabric of time and space. And finally, Khazgaroth, the Titan Shaper of Worlds, gave Neltharion the power over the earth and whatever dwelled beneath.
Deathwing.
With their powers combined, this council of beings called the Aspects became the first ever fully fledged dragons to ever grace Azeroth. And now it's their mission to be the world's eternal defenders.
Yep. I really like the quality in the video is so good. Like, I really like the editing.
Granted this power,
it's so well put together.
There was a rare celestial event called the Embrace, where Azeroth's 2 moons embraced one another. The only time a dragon can be transformed into an aspect is during this event, which only happens every 430 years.
That's very long.
Next, the Keepers helped forge the dragons.
No, not 420, 430.
Sanctuary called Wimrest Temple. This giant tower would serve as a meeting place for all of the dragonflights and be the heart of dragon culture. One of the many parts of dragon culture is something called a Visage Day. Visage Day is when a dragon comes to age and they perform a ceremony atop the Wimrest Temple to choose their humanoid form. Dragons have the ability to transform into any of the races on Azeroth, and it's typically done so that they can spy on the mortal races across the planet to make sure they aren't doing anything nefarious.
Just like Onyxia did to Stormwind, but instead of doing good things, she became a treacherous B-word and went against the Alliance. The queen next to the king in Stormwind is actually not a human, it's Onyxia. Yeah, in human form. Sorry guys, it's true.
Practical reasons. And these dragons knew how to transform into these races before they even existed because, you know, Bronze Dragonflight and timey-wimey time travel stuff, okay? But here's the thing. Dragons are not just limited to humanoid forms. They can turn into anything. And I mean anything.
Really?
There's this one part in the Dawn of the Aspects book where Alexstrasza just disguises herself as a giant-ass tree. Okay, now let's go through each of these dragonflights in more detail and talk about exactly what they do. Starting with the red dragonflight and the tree-transforming queen of dragons herself, Alexstrasza.
And the cycle of life is reborn anew.
The red dragonflight are the protectors of all life on Azeroth. This
I'll actually go up here. I'll go up here because you guys can see the text then.
Means that they're the ones to deal with any dangerous, overwhelming threats on the planet. They also restore devastated lands and protect ancient artifacts. One of the special abilities they have is that their fiery breath can either bring horrible destruction or rejuvenating life. We can see the healing effects of the fire firsthand during the Wrathgate cinematic, where they scorch the Alliance commander, Bolvar Fordragon, with their healing flames. I mean, doesn't Bolvar look healed? Just ignore the—
Yeah, thank God he was saved, so he could be tortured and hanged up on, like, behind the Lich King's throne. Oh yeah, thank God, dude.
Horrific charring all over his body, that seared his flesh beyond recognition. Look, he's healed, okay? Trust me. To this day, the Red Dragonflight and their Dragon Queen continue to watch over all life on Azeroth and protect it from certain death.
Before battle, I always assure my forces that through the fire and the flames, we'll carry on.
Dude! Oh, shoot!
Time may pass, but the dream is eternal.
The other dragons of life are called the Green Dragonflight, who you don't see very often when exploring Azeroth. That's because this dragonflight mainly resides within the ethereal plane known as the Emerald Dream. This plane of existence is one of flourishing life that represents the world of Azeroth if it was never altered by intelligent beings. One of the special abilities green dragons have is they got that melatonin dragon breath that has the ability to put their enemies to sleep. Green dragons try to avoid combat to the best of their ability and pacify their enemies rather than kill them. That being said, in the dream, the Green Dragonflight works alongside the Druids to control the ebb and flow of nature and protect it from a horrifying presence.
The Emerald Nightmare.
A sickening corruption called the Emerald Nightmare constantly—
I'm gonna stop spoiling the video, guys. I feel like I keep doing it. I'm sorry.
Festers throughout the dream.
You know what I mean, though, right?
This twisted dark magic alters life into a horrific mockery of itself and brings only madness and corruption. The origin of this dark power comes from the old gods and Xavius, the Nightmare Lord, who orchestrates the spreading of corruption across the dream. All of the hostile green dragons we see in-game from classic WoW to modern day have pretty much all been corrupted by the Nightmare. And even the aspect Ysera was cursed by the Nightmare, and in Legion, she was put down by the Nightmare.
This was a big deal.
The Green Dragon aspect would return in the Shadowlands expansion in the Zone of Ardenweald, which is like the Emerald Dream, but for dead creatures. And she helps Tron to fight Sylvanas and stuff.
Man, Shadowlands lore, I'm sorted to.
Why should you use Miro? Well, when you draw on a whiteboard, no one sees it. With Miro, you plan together in real time from literally everywhere. And it's not just a board, it's an infinite canvas where you visualize ideas, review designs, create mind maps, flowcharts, you name it, all in one place. Oh, and video meetings take half the time when you can actually show what it is you're talking about. Well, let's be real, working remotely can be a nightmare. With Miro, you can solve anything together.
Dude, man, I don't even know what's happening anymore, man. We got little Thanos running all over the place, we got like Sylvanas. I don't know what's happening. I kind of gave up. Oh. Oh, she said no one left.
I I will teach you ignorant children just how little you know of magic.
The Blue Dragonflight, led by
Jesus.
Malygos, is an enclave of dragons committed to protecting the use of magic on Azeroth and making sure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. Malygos and his Blue Dragonflight went dormant for thousands and thousands of years after a major defeat I'll talk about later in this video during the War of the Ancients.
Okay.
And the dragon aspect was weakened, depressed, and a little bit insane. But then again,
That's a
who isn't?
bad combo. Weakened, depressed, and insane. That's a really bad trifecta to have. Jeez.
Malygos would fully regain his power and sanity during the events told in the comic book series
Sounds like me.
Shadow.
Oh, dude, don't say that. Oh, God.
Collection of books with, just some wonder. In the series, Terragosa, one of the members of the Blue Dragonflight, brings some nether drakes to the Blue Dragonflight domain called the Nexus in hopes of balancing the magical energies inside of it. Instead, these nether dragons try and take over the Nexus, and then Malygos eats all of them, which then restores his sanity and his power.
How? Okay.
After spending 10,000 years dormant, Malygos realized that he really wasn't doing a good job of protecting the magic across Azeroth.
Yeah.
The puny mortals on the planet had been abusing the power he was supposed to protect, and had summoned the Burning Legion on Azeroth. Multiple—
Why do you go to sleep for 10,000 years? If you're supposed to protect, you can't just go to sleep. I know you're sad, but like, you can't just sleep 10k years, bro. Like, hello?
Times, and fractured the world in the process.
That's why you got
Malygos
pissed.
acted swiftly, and started to divert all of the magic across Azeroth's ley lines and suck them up into the Nexus.
Suction?
This violent siphoning of magic had dramatic effects on Azeroth's world soul and caused irreparable damage. Furthermore, the mages of
Seems like a really
Dalaran
bad
noticed
protector.
that their spells did not have the power they once had. You see, this was Malygos's biggest mistake, getting between a mage and their magic. The Kirin Tor mages said, "Fuck you, you goddamn scaly son of a bitch!" and teleported their entire city from Hillsbrad foothills and into the air above Crystal Song Forest in
They're pissed.
Northrend. These mages then put their war against the Lich
They're
King
pissed.
on hold and teamed up with the red, bronze, and green
Give me back my magic now!
Yeah, they're pissed, man.
Dragonflights and the Horde and the Alliance and started the Nexus War. While Malygos may have had
That's what we
some
want.
valid criticisms about the mortals on Azeroth, destroying the world while trying to keep the magic.
We got a POV of a prop paladin clicking every single ability. I know it's rad, but it hurts my soul. Okay.
Away from them was no way to solve the problem, and he was defeated within his domain called the Eye of Eternity.
Unthinkable! The mortals will destroy everything. My sister, what have you...
Oh.
I did what I had to, brother. You gave me no alternative. And so ends the Nexus War. This resolution pains me deeply. But the destruction, the monumental loss of life had to end. Regardless of Malygos's recent transgressions, I will mourn his loss.
I won't. Check out the sick new dragon mount. Cool. The Blue Dragonflight then had another aspect leader called Kalgos for a brief moment in time, but now in the modern day, the Blue Dragonflight's numbers have dwindled to such a low amount that the flight was abandoned altogether. The surviving dragons went their separate ways and are no longer unified by a single cause.
Oh god. Okay. What do we got now? Oh, the bronze.
Time is a tangling web. Try not to dwell on all the loose ends.
Nozdormu, the Lord of Time, and the Bronze Dragonflight have the ability to travel through time to the past, present,
OP.
and future.
That's actually
Their
OP.
ultimate mission is to maintain the true timeline on Azeroth.
Dude, he could go back right now if he wanted to, all the way back to 2006, make like an undead male rogue, and literally shit on everybody because he has the knowledge that we have today. So he could just shit on all the scrubs. Oh my god, imagine that. God.
Whatever that means. Generally, the Bronze Dragonflight does not involve themselves in events on Azeroth unless they are absolutely needed. Some examples include when Nozdormu blessed Nordrassil to give the Kaldari Elves eternal life, or when the Bronze Dragonflight played a role in the War of the Shifting Sands.
Oh, but look at this. This was a dungeon, right?
But the Bronze Dragonflight's real enemy is the Dragonflight does not involve themselves in events on Azeroth unless they are absolutely needed. Some examples by Elves Eternal Life, Bronze Dragon War of the Shift.
Oh, but look at this. This was a dungeon, right?
But the Bronze Dragonflight's real enemy is the Infinite Dragonflight. This is a flight of dragons corrupted by the old gods and are trying to manipulate the very fabric of time and space for their dark masters to be victorious. There's also an infinite dragon pirate called Captain Hooktail. This was added in Shadowlands, and I will not elaborate further. The leader of the Infinite Dragonflight is a dragon named Muruzond, who is actually Nozdormu from the future. You see, since Nozdormu can see everything past, present, and future, he can also see his own death. Muruzond is a future version of himself who is trying to subvert his own death by destroying the true timeline and helping the old gods in the process. You can see the Infinite Dragonflight try and disrupt the timeline firsthand in the Caverns of Time dungeon, like escape.
I feel like whenever there's like time travel involved in something, it always gets so confusing. Like what? But yeah.
The Black Morass, and the Cloying of Strathhome. We finally defeat Muruzond in the End Time dungeon, which is a future.
It's like it's so confusing. Yeah, plot holes. It's like time travel can really mess up like a good show for sure. I really think so.
Of Azeroth that will exist if the old gods win. This
because like whenever there's something involved with that, you could always just like add something new, or like, oh, it was because of that, or it was because of this. It's really hard to make a good story with time travel, because everything has to be so planned out, right? Especially if it's a story that's constantly evolving and building upon itself, right? Then we had what, time travel plus multi-universe. Yeah, it's a really difficult thing to do well, you know. But yeah.
Also, a good time to mention that Nozdormu and Muruzond are both voiced by Martin Sheen, who is a famous actor from these films, and he also has the most over-the-top, hilarious line delivery ever from Muruzond.
The powers of the hourglass do nothing to me.
The powers of the hourglass do nothing to me. With help from the player characters, Muruzond is defeated.
You know not what you have done. At last it has come to pass.
So he just killed himself from the future. He killed the future version of himself who avoided dying so he could become this, and then he came back to the past, and then he got killed by himself in the past. Yeah. But shouldn't he be able to see that happening if he can see everything that happens? Or maybe he couldn't see that because the guy from the future changed the way the present was viewed. You see what I mean with time travel? It's just really hard. I don't know.
The moment of my demise.
Yeah.
The loop is closed.
Loop.
My future self will cause no more harm.
But
still, in time, I will fall to madness. And you, heroes, will vanquish me.
Yeah, so he knows this will happen because he just killed himself. So this actually, this what he's talking about is what just happened. Okay, yeah.
The cycle will repeat. So it goes.
Yeah.
Also, in this future, catastrophic end-time version of Azeroth, there's a dragon impaled on the Wimrus Temple. And yeah, maybe we should talk about that guy, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Oh! Oh, Nefarian. Yeah, here we go.
Let's jump all the way back to when the dragons first got their powers. You know, while the other aspects got to enjoy being the protectors of life, taking naps in the Emerald
Not
Dream,
Nefarian,
enjoying the flows of powerful magic, and traveling through time and space. You know what Neltharion, Guardian of the Earth, had to do? Sit in a cave. Bored as hell. Furthermore, having the powers of an aspect was a gift, but also a burden. The force of Azeroth's Earth constantly weighed down on Neltharion. He could feel every single stone press upon his body, and the insurmountable pressure became overwhelming. This weight was his burden to bear alone, and ultimately, he found it to be too much.
Oh, here we go.
The Earth Warders seek relief from this immense suffering, and that is when the whispers of the old gods, imprisoned deep within the earth, invaded his very soul. It was the old gods that could free Neltharion from this burden, and not only that, he could also be granted powers beyond his imagination if he served them. He could create a world where only his black dragonflight dominated Azeroth.
Your betrayal will be glorious.
Neltharion's schemes would not come to fruition until the events of the War of the Ancients, when the Burning Legion first invaded Azeroth. With an ancient artifact called the Dragon Soul, Neltharion convinced the other dragons to funnel a portion of their power into the disc so that it could be used as a powerful weapon against the demons that invaded Azeroth.
Strike down your allies and begin your true ascension.
But when it was time to actually use the disc against the demons, Neltharion said,
Bitch!
He used the Dragon Soul to blast demons, night elves, and dragons alike. The blue dragonflight surrounded the crazed Earth Warder. Malygos tried to reason with him, but it was futile. One of the blue dragons struck by the Dragon Soul was named Sindragosa, who was hit so hard by the blast, she flew halfway across the world and landed in Northrend, where she would later be resurrected by the Lich King. And she's on the Wrath of the Lich King login screen, and she's all like,
Yep, exactly.
All of the dragonflights left to ruin. Neltharion retreated to his...
Dude, that is the best looking login screen though. Let's be honest. Out of all the login screens, that's the best one, man. You see that? You see Sindragosa flying in, and then like lands on the screen and then does that big roar. Oh, it's so good, dude. Yeah, Wrath was the best. Let's be honest, man. Dude, it has the Lich King as the main villain. Alright, let's just forget about Ruby Sanctum for a second. It had the Lich King as the main villain. We don't talk about Ruby Sanctum. That didn't happen. Okay? Wrath is piss. Truly is. Yep.
Layer as his body began to crack from the overwhelming sheer power he now possessed. Magma and fire flowed from his chest, and his eyes burned with flaming red.
He's pissed.
His goblin and Drogbar slaves crafted him adamantium steel plates and bolted them to his body to stop him from splitting apart from the raw power he now possessed.
Dude, he was so powerful.
I am Deathwing, the Destroyer, the end of all things. Inevitable, indomitable. I am the Cataclysm.
Jeez.
Okay, so for the rest of Deathwing's lore, I'm only going to be focusing on the essentials of his story, because it's a lot. Okay, so after Deathwing's transformation,
he does look kind of cool though.
Dragon Soul was renamed into the Demon Soul,
Trasky for the 5
and
months, by the way.
Malfurion teleported into his lair, and he stole it. Then Illidan and Ajara's army stole it from Malfurion, and they tried to use it to open up a portal for the Burning Legion within the depths of the Well of Eternity. But then the spell was disrupted and reversed, and the portal started to suck up all of the demons out of Azeroth, and the Sundering began, aka the world being split apart. As this is happening, the Demon Soul is falling into the Well of Eternity, but then suddenly Nozdormu from the future appears and grabs the Demon Soul, and he turns to the king.
Dude, this is why it's so stupid, man. This is why time travel is so dumb, man. Oh, there's this really epic moment. Plop, time travel, and then like from the future because he knew this was gonna happen, right? Like, you can just. You could with time travel, you could just do whatever, right? It's so, I don't know, man.
Camera, and he gives a cheeky wink, and then he teleports out of existence.
Okay.
After the Sundering is over and the world is split, future Nozdormu pops back into existence again and gives the 4 other aspects the Demon Soul, and they put a spell on it to prevent Deathwing from using it, and then they hide it deep within the earth under Red Ridge. Meanwhile, after the Sundering, Deathwing returns to his lair to find out his slaves have started an uprising, sparked by a Tauren named Holden High Mountain. So he leaves and takes a long nap inside of Deepholm. Thousands of years pass and the Dark Portal is opened and the orcs are pouring into Azeroth and the First War begins. Deathwing awakes from his slumber and disguises himself as a human noble and a Blackrock orc and spies on both sides of the war and kinda just hangs out. The orcs win the First War, and during the Second War, Deathwing finds the Demon Soul. Turns out trying to hide it from Deathwing, the aspect of the Earth, by putting it in the Earth is not a good idea. Problem is, Deathwing himself cannot control it because of the ward the aspects placed on the artifact. So Deathwing grants magic convenient visions to Zolthred the Whacked, chieftain of the Dragonmaw Orc clan, and leads him to the Demon Soul. These orcs then kill the red dragons.
The running sound is so good.
Protecting the artifact and claim it as their own. And the orcish warlock Necro's Skullcrusher wields it.
Oh.
You've got mail.
Deathwing sends Necros more magically convenient email dream visions on how to use the Demon Soul, and the orcs use it
what a nice guy, dude. Look at that.
Enslave Alexstrasza and her red dragonflight. They imprison the Dragon Queen within the abandoned dwarven city called Grimpatol. The Dragonmaw clan then use the red dragons as mounts to fight against the Alliance and force Alexstrasza to make more eggs in her imprisonment. Despite this, the Horde still loses the war, and the majority of the orcs fled back into the Dark Portal, and Deathwing follows them. He strikes a deal with the orcs and offers them some Black Dragon children in exchange for safe passage into Draenor. They agree, and Deathwing flies to Gorgron and has a secret lair with a bunch of Black Dragon eggs. The Gron and the ogres living there did not like their territory being invaded, especially their leader named Gruul. Gruul teams up with Khadgar, Turalyon, and Illyria, who are also on Draenor, and they fight Deathwing, and Gruul impales a bunch of black dragons on spikes around the zones.
Yeah, Gruul is pissed, man. That's why he's called Gruul the Dragon Killer, alright? He's the absolute Giga Chat, okay? He doesn't give a heck.
Granting him the title, the Dragon Killer. Deathwing said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out," and flew back to Azeroth, where he got into another fight with mages from Dalaran and faked his—
Dude, Deathwing seems like a omega pussy, man. Okay, every time something bad happens, he just like dips out and then he comes back in. He takes a nap for 10k years, he comes back and then he dips out again. Like, I don't know, man.
Death by falling into
oh,
the sea.
soy dragon, man.
Meanwhile, back on Draenor, Ner'zhul opened up a bunch of portals which led to the world being destroyed and turning into the Outlands. The remaining black dragons on Outland were twisted by the magic and turned into nether drakes. Deathwing then—
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that's why they were called— I didn't know that. I learned something new. I had no idea.
By the magic and—
Type 1 in the chat if you knew that, guys. Type 2 if you didn't.
Turned into nether drakes. Deathwing then infiltrated the Alliance again as a noble named Lord Deval Prestor, but he was pretty sussy to the other nobles and the Kirintor mages, and he didn't end up doing much. The 3 remaining aspects, Malygos, Ysera, and Nozdormu, helped free Alexstrasza from Grimpatol, and with the help from a human mage named Ronan, he destroys the Demon Soul, which grants all of the other aspects full power once again, and Deathwing fled Deepholm into hiding again. Husclough comes out, and Deathwing's children, Onyxia and Nefarian—
They're a little fucking soy dragon, man. Come on, man.
—are causing trouble in Azeroth. Onyxia disguises herself as Katrina Prestor.
Yep.
And no one bats an eye that she has the same last name as that sussy guy that tried to infiltrate the Alliance beforehand. Nefarian has a lair in Blackrock Mountain where he's working on experiments to make a dragonflight that can really taste the rainbow, and he's combining all of the dragons together to make the chromatic dragonflight. But both of them are defeated. Random side tangent here. One of Nefarian's creations was a 5-headed dragon called Chromatus. Now, Nefarian—
with a D. Chromatus, not Chromacus. D.
died before he could give this abomination life. But later, the Twilight Cultists empowered it in the book.
Dude, that would have been cool if you fought that. Look at this thing, man. Like, all the heads, dude. There's so many, like, that's cool.
Twilight of the Aspects. Now, Chromatus only makes an appearance in this book and almost single-handedly kills the other aspects and is literally indestructible. Despite this, Chromatus is defeated, but he doesn't die. So he was thrown inside of an arcane prison. So perhaps, maybe in the future, we will actually see him in-game. Side tangent over. Onyxia and Nefarian's mother and Deathwing's baby mama is a black dragon named Sinistharia, also known as Sinestra, who hates Deathwing and wants to make her own dragonflight. She goes to Outlands, steals some nether dragon eggs, and flies to Grim Patrol, and uses the shards from the Demon Soul that I guess were just left on the ground to create the Twilight Dragonflight. But actually, Deathwing planted this idea to make the Twilight Dragonflight in her mind because... writing. She is killed by her...
Okay, alright, cool. So he's okay, he's just whispering people in their sleep, and then he's making them do that. That's badass.
Her own experimental children, and is later resurrected by Deathwing, and oh my god, this plotline sucks. Thousands of nerds stand outside of game stores midnight, December 7th, 2010. And
sometimes it's just like they just like, oh, we have this really good thing going, and then there's like, how did this happen? I don't fucking know. Fuck it, time travel. Fuck it, whispers in the dream. You know, I don't care. Just make it a thing. You know, like, jeez.
Cataclysm expansion drops.
For World of Warcraft Cataclysm, let me hear it. Cataclysm!
Okay, this may be a little bit cringe, but there is something really cool about like standing in line outside Blockbuster at a new game release, or like being there physically instead of like just ordering it online. Okay, it's just a different thing. Okay, and guys, don't blame these guys. Okay, yeah, they don't know. All right, they don't know.
Meaning Deathwing has awoken once again. He erupts out of the earth, which tears a rift between Azeroth and the elemental planes, causing natural disasters all around the world. The Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor are revamped, yada yada yada, and Deathwing gets punched in the face by Dwarf. Later in Twilight Highlands, Deathwing gets in an epic fight with Alexstrasza, but it's also an in-game cinematic from over a decade ago with no sound effects whatsoever. So you get this awesome scene, oh wow, where they're rolling down the hill.
They're hugging.
Oh, wow, that's so epic. Alexstrasza loses the battle, but Deathwing is wounded and flies away. Later in the expansion, the aspects regroup. Kalecgos is now the blue dragonflight aspect, and Thrall is in place of the earthen aspect. They decide that if they are ever going to defeat Deathwing, they are going to need to obtain the Dragon Soul in its purest form. Before they do that, they go to the future to deal with Murozond, like I mentioned earlier in the video. In this hypothetical future, Deathwing became so...
I hate time. Oh my god. And now we're in the hypothetical future, guys. Okay? Yeah.
Powerful, his body started ripping apart at the seams, and since the world was fully dominated by the old gods, he was no longer useful to them. So they mind-controlled him and forced him to impale himself on top of the Wimrest Temple, which... God damn, that is badass. Okay, now with Murozond killed, now we can travel back in time to the War of the
Literally
Ancient.
got mind control to like not decapitate, but like impale yourself. That's...
Grab the demon/dragon soul, and then travel back to the present time and start the Dragon Soul raid, the last raid in the Cataclysm expansion. Okay, so the actual Dragon Soul raid gets ragged on a lot by the player base by being pretty meh gameplay-wise, but there is absolutely no denying that Deathwing's death at the end of this raid is the coolest death of any villain ever in the Warcraft universe. So the Dragon Soul is empowered...
That's a big statement right there. That's a very big statement. Okay, I actually really liked the death of the Lich King, but then they kind of like, you know, retconned that and then turned him into a wisp in Shadowlands. But you know, that's how it is. What's up, Bonnie? What's up, Just Get a House, by the way?
By the aspects, and then Thrall shoots a giant laser beam at Deathwing, and then you get to go on an airship and parachute onto Deathwing's back, and then you rip apart the plates holding him together, and then Thrall shoots another laser beam at him, which makes a giant hole in his chest, and he falls into the Maelstrom, the swirling vortex where he originally birthed from, and the same place where he first betrayed his friends. And as this giant dragon is clinging on for dear life, fire and magma spewing all over his broken body, you slowly help push him down, and then finally, Deathwing is defeated by Thrall shooting another giant fucking laser beam!
Dude, he's like cooming talking about this.
With Deathwing defeated, the Aspects had fulfilled their purpose of defending Azeroth, and the powers granted to them by the Titans was fully expended. After the Cataclysm, it was now the Age of Mortals. It was up to the people of Azeroth to defend the planet from future threats. But this does not mean that the aspects are powerless, but they are mortal now, and are not...
Honestly, that's probably a pretty good idea, seeing that like literally all the problems that happened in the entire Azeroth was basically just the dragons, you know, doing everything themselves. But you know,
nearly as powerful as they once were. Even after the Cataclysm expansion, we still see them involved in Azeroth's conflicts.
They're still there.
Like when they empowered the Heart of Azeroth in Battle for Azeroth. As for the Black Dragonflight...
Yeah, we're all the saviors of Azeroth. Yeah.
There is an extremely small amount left on Azeroth still alive, and there's an even smaller amount that isn't corrupted by the old gods. Wrathion, the Black Prince, is one of these black dragons who is trying to restore his flight's name.
Anduin, it's been so long.
Oh, that didn't go that well.
That is really everything you need to know about dragons in Warcraft. Of course, there are some smaller details I brushed over, but maybe we can talk about those in another video. And no, wait, we are not done. You know these dragon spawn guys? You want to know the lore behind them?
Yes.
None. Literally none. This is all that's on their Wowpedia page, and they became this way from hanging out with dragons. And what the hell does that even mean? You also got the Draconid, who are
It's like that thing where you start hanging out with a new group of friends, and then suddenly you start acting like them. Except you start morphing into them. You actually turn into them IRL.
Half-man, half-dragons, who are empowered by the flights they serve, but also they became this way just from hanging out with dragons. Again, what does that even mean? We've got dragon men. These are humans meshed with dragon spawn. Stone drakes. These are actually elementals and not dragons. Storm dragons. These are storm dragons. I don't need to explain them. And you have storm drakes. These are another type of dragon that lives in Stormheim that just also exist and barely relate to anything I've talked about for the last 30 minutes. Okay, that's everything you need to know about dragons.
Cool. Thanks. Dude, good video. Good video, man. Yo, that was a good video. Okay, I'll link it in the chat, guys. I will link the video in the chat, guys. There was actually a lot of stuff I didn't know in that video. That was super dope, man. Platinum makes, honestly, some really, really, really good videos. Like, they're so well done. That's a half-hour.
What's up, guys? Double's back again with a brand new video. Today, we're going to be continuing on our Warrior Dragon guy, trying to just, you know, get through those Mythic Plus, get through that rating, and just progress this guy as much as we possibly can on Project Ascension Season 8. So, hope you guys enjoy the video, and let's jump right in. Alright guys, listen up, let's make this happen. We've got a raid. We're in a Kazakh group right now. I've got my threat to Azeroth daily, so we'll kill a big world boss. We'll get some loot maybe. And we'll be playing Dragon Warrior and progressing our guy. We're at 65 item level. The goal of this video, of course, is to raise that. And ultimately, to get as much content done as we can so that we can actually progress this guy into higher and higher stuff. Now, as a continuation from the last video, this is what we're going to be playing with today. We've got Dragon Warrior, starting off with Weapon Command. Here comes the big one. Battering Ram, Unending Fury, Weapon XP, expertise to get that expertise cap just barely, bro, with the critical slam, powerful slam, and hasty bloodthirst at the moment as well. The ultimate rotation for this is going to be bloodthirst slam, bloodthirst slam, bloodthirst slam, boom, dragon roar. And you can start off with the dragon roar at the beginning of the rotation as well, because every time you slam, it reduces the cooldown of dragon roar. Exactly 3 slams, if it's a draconic slam that comes after a bloodthirst, will give you a reset cooldown on the dragon roar, so you can keep going with that, and it's quite strong. Lots of people are playing this spec right now, I can't say that, and that must mean it's even better than I thought it was. It's one of those flavor of the month type of things, right? It's just the perfect combination of easy to play, but also, interestingly enough, satisfying. And yeah, that's a pretty good combination. Okay, Lord Kazakh, let's go ahead and just go in. Oh my god, look at that. Okay, so we are going to pop cooldowns. Draconic slam, bloodthirst into the slam, bloodthirst into the slam. Do we get a big roar here? I don't know, did we? We're actually not doing horrible right now. At least I'm not on 1 FPS. I'm on 21 FPS right now when I get into a big raid group. But I will say, like last time I tried this, it was genuinely 1 FPS. I had the screenshot in my Discord. It was unplayable. The real, ooh, 10k no crit, bro. The real thing is, not, you know, missing the intercept right there. That'd be pretty nice. But the real thing is, do we get any loot from this guy? Because it looks like he's the easiest kill west of the Philadelphia duplex, man. He's already dead, bro. Nobody even played the game yet. He's already dead. Okay, he's already dead, man. I only got to, like, my 3rd Dragon Roar before he died, and I didn't get any loot, I think. Actually, no, we have this Treasures of Azeroth, and we have the daily complete. Let's go ahead and see. Do we get anything? Ooh, that's an epic. Of course, his intellect gear, bro. Wonderful way to start the video. All right, let's go turn the daily in. Will we get literally anything from turning in this daily? A threat to Azeroth. We get a loaded call board cache. 5,000 marks is actually a really big deal, though. I didn't have a lot of marks on this guy, which means I couldn't do a lot of rerolls. I could possibly go for some rerolls now. Maybe that's the way to start off, but let's see. Do we get anything? Zandalar Confessor's Mantle, Intellect. Oh my god, why Ascension? Give me something usable! No, it's okay. Like, ultimately, I knew I wasn't gonna get anything, but it was just like the experience, right? No, I'm actually kind of excited to do this video. Like, I'm looking at the time right now, and I want to get this video out exactly 10 hours from now, which means I'm probably going to play, obviously, for 9 hours and just edit the entire time. Let's just do some rerolls, by the way. So we have 18 rerolls, so we could talk while we do these rerolls. But yeah, basically, I was doing a lot of retail WoW, right? I got to, like, 1900 rated. I asked my members, I was like, should I even grind out 2K? And the reason I was asking is not because I don't think I can do it. It's because the queue times are actually 30 to 45 minutes long. And not only that, but you can queue up for like 45 minutes and then come out of it with 0 rating. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like, I think I'm genuinely depressed right now. I think I'm actually genuinely depressed. So I'm hoping Project Ascension today can make me happy, if I'm honest with you. Like, I'm hoping we don't get any more intellect gear in this video and that we can actually get some happiness and some positivity. You know, it was my birthday 6 days ago and that really depressed me as well. My mom even got me like the World of Warcraft cookbook. Isn't that funny? Anyway, we didn't get anything from our rolls, but at least I got to update you guys. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna queue for a mythic right now, I guess, because I can't find anything in the chat. It will happen though by the end of the video. Don't worry, guys. We're gonna do all sorts of content in this video, but I don't know, man. I'm gonna tell you guys a quick story as we wait for the queue. Here's my theory for life. You know, I looked into stuff. Is it like a religious backing? Is there a god? Is there no god and it's all just random? And then if there's no god and it's just random, how does that even make sense, by the way? Like, I'm not saying God makes sense, by the way, to those of you that don't believe in God, but can you just think on the flip side for a moment? Shit just happened. It just freaking happened. Yeah. Once upon a time, there was absolutely nothing. Please, for one moment of your life, imagine what it actually means for there to be nothing. Imagine what it means to not be born. You really can't. There's like a level where you can, but then there's a level where if you're smart enough, you acknowledge that you really can't. So then you have to imagine that's the universe, except it's also not, right? Because there can't be nothing and also be virtually something that also is something that amounts to nothing, if that makes any sense at all. And then out of nowhere, by the way, shit just appears, right? So whether that's a person, a god, not a person, or absolutely just luck, and we are just, I don't know. But here's what I think. I'm falling under something along the lines of a simulation. And the reason I think this is because when I analyze my life, because I have a historical background, right? And so I look at everything timeline based, unfortunately. It's really, really unhealthy. Don't recommend it, unfortunately. But when I look at my life, I really do think that I'm being tortured. I think it's torture because I was always missing something that was supposed to make everything okay. I'm not going to get into extreme detail. It's very possible that it's like a simulation, like literally people playing The Sims, right? And that they're just kind of like seeing what they can get away with me. Or look, if it's not The Sims, it's probably like an alien species or something, right? Like something that's simulating everything through us, and what we experience is not real, but they are using it for some, you know, scientific purpose. I don't know, man. I really do think it makes sense. Like, some of you guys might think I'm crazy, but are you serious that, like, okay, either a god created it or we came out of nowhere, or maybe there's something just like us. It's really, really intelligent, way ahead, and it thought to itself, let's just simulate how things work. What would a person go through? You know, how would the emotions be if we constantly turned the knob to give them the worst luck in the world? But it even goes farther than that. It feels like, to me, life in and of itself could genuinely be an experiment. Well, okay, what if we did try to make everything start from like a few amoeba type things, right? What will actually happen, right? So maybe for us, the sense of time is immense, but to whatever this thing is, it's not. And you could say that sounds like a god, but then I would say, no god would just experiment on living things. That's where I get confused. I don't know, bro. And I'm not trying to depress you guys. Like, there's a realness here that I hope you can at least acknowledge. You don't have to appreciate it or like it, but I hope you can. It's not going to happen the entire video, by the way. I'll stop now. But that is how I feel. Of course, I get webbed, like, right out of melee range, because I told you, they're doing this to me. Whoever's up there, I swear on God, if there is one, bro. Dude, I am dominating right now, and there's another dragon warrior in here, so I'm just actually dumping on this guy. How come that's happening? I'd say we're probably about the same, though he has some really good stuff, too. Like, what the hell is that? Now, I don't know if you guys noticed this from my last video, but I got Little Jazzy with me. There's something about that name, Little Jazzy. Like, I really do like having a Little Jazzy with me when I have a pet. He makes me happy. Sometimes I look at his name and I think, well, things could be bad in the world, but at least I've got Little Jazzy, and he's my little red dragon pet. I thought if I'm a dragon warrior, even though I looked it up, I couldn't find a dragon that was actually good with melee. There are elementals that are good with melee, but I couldn't find a dragon. Screw it. I'm just going to use Little Jazzy. He's just going to come with me all the time, you know, do his little Jazzy thing. And I've enjoyed his company. I won't lie. I'll put him on defensive. I could use some help. All right, do we kill this guy and come in first, or do we get destroyed by this other dragon warrior who started to catch up to me? Let's pop cooldowns, Avatar into the Bloodbath. And remember, it's Bloodthirst into a Draconic Slam now. It makes it instant cast into a boom. 6,800 no crit that time. Not as good as I could do for sure. It looks like I'm still going to solidify this first place DPS. I just want to say big thank you to Gaga Jiang. You know, he's the other dragon warrior in here right now. I really don't think that I should be beating him based on the gear I saw. Like, my gear is not bad. Don't get me wrong. Last video, we nailed 4 tier pieces in the heroic raid. That was pretty sick. I nailed a bunch of interesting stuff, but his gear looks pretty good too. His weapon was way better than my garbage rune blade of Baron Rivendare. I need an axe really bad, and I need an axe with strength on it if it exists. Yo, I am so happy that I'm in first place DPS right now. Also, I really love this version of strat. The other one, like, you end up getting to a point similar to right here, right? Where you go through the gates, and then there's a bunch of humans and a giant temple that you have to get through, and it takes years, and it's actually saddening. But on this one, when you go through the gates, you're like, I have A-bombs, I have Blackguard, I have last boss, I have the, you know, mini A-bomb boss before that, and I'm done. And you think, yes, bro, that's amazing, you know? Because I want it to be done, you feel me? I want to get my gear, I want to move on. Ooh, look at all those 10k crits. We could do better. We could do better. But look at that DPS. Like, so far ahead right now. I think Little Jazzy is just pumping as well. But I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Like, he only pumps, bro. Let's see, Dragon. Oh, another 11k from the Dragon Roar right there. And it looks like you can see this little thing right here for weak auras. And that means I'm about to slap with the Dragon Roar, just so you know, in case you were curious. So here's a big slap. Oh yeah, that's a big slap, bro. We can actually Dragon Charge, and it does some fire damage right now as well. Now, I also do have the Blade Flurry, and the Blade Flurry is actually way better than I thought. Like, it's actually crazy. Like, if I slam one guy, Blade Flurry makes me slam another guy for, like, the same 8k crit. So it's actually incredibly strong. Boom, 11k crit, almost 12k. Let's just keep pumping. I like to pump right into Ramstein's ass. Like, that makes me so happy, you know? Like, you look at that. That dude has a dumpy right there, bro. I don't have Dragon Roar, but this is where I wish I had Dragon Roar, right? You can see the Dragon Charge pumping, though. Blackguard coming out. I'm still going to get off a big Dragon Roar here. Look at that. Oh, come on. That didn't feel big at all. I mean, I'm still in first place, but I was expecting more numbers. You can see how nice this build is. Like, this is what I needed so I could talk to you guys. One of the main reasons I've even considered streaming recently is because I don't want to be alone. I know, I'm not trying to be cringe for you guys. I really am not. This is a one-off video, and we're going to go back to not talking about McDoubles' life and sadness, right? I swear to you guys that. Like, 94% chance, right? Okay, Bloodbath right here to put bleed effects on all of my attacks. Might as well just go ahead and Dragon Roar right there. I'm reducing the cooldown, right? So why not? And every time I Dragon Roar, I get more physical damage damage as well. Dude, I dominated on that one. 7.4k. I really want to do an M+. I need to find one. All right, do we get anything from the chest? Because I didn't get anything from the dungeon. 2 weapons that are garbage. No. Okay, wow. Come on, Ascension. Why? No, I won't lie. Being in first the entire time, like, what's the overall, right? Like, I need this happiness right now. Look at that. That first place, 3.36 million damage overall. All right, you guys said you wanted to see more kitty. Can I, like, pull this out over here? Oh, look at the girl. Look. Oh, no, it's okay, baby. Look at the girlie. Look at the little Kiki. That's her name. It's Kiki. I want you guys to understand I have 3 animals right now. I have her brother, and then I have my little dog. And they are the only things in this world that make me think it's worth living. So say hello to my little reason for existence right here. I love her. I really do. All right, guys, quick +4, I think. 3 chests right there. I'll definitely take that. There was another guy in here. This guy has Mythic 10 gear. I mean, this guy's gear is, once again, I really hope I'm like you really soon, dude, because, like, this gives me something to, like, look up to. Mythic 20 Ember Fury Talisman, bro. Congrats on that, to be honest with you, man. So the overall, though, it's pretty good. I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with it. Look at this guy's Dragon Roar, 2.32 million. I did 1.45 million. That's how big the gear gap is. Love it, dude. We're just gonna keep progressing if they let me, but let's just see what we get. God, I hope I get something good. Strength. And, oh, I see something garbage right off the bat. And, oh, no, I see something garbage right off the bat. I should have one more right here. Please, something good. Oh, why? All right, so a 1H weapon. Honestly, not bad for a 1H weapon, but we don't use 1Hs. I'll keep it for a future build. Death Grips. That's just weird. I'm going to use my Handguards of Might. I mean, you would too, right? And then we have a Hedge Cutter. Once again, really cool and good weapon, but it's a one-handed weapon. I wish I could just say I'm a 2H build, so just never give me a 1H weapon. Honestly, that should be in the game. If you're a caster, you should be like, I want staves. I don't want offhands and 1Hs, right? I don't think that'd be a big deal, but okay. We didn't get anything, but at least we get to progress with these guys to a higher key, and I like to look at it a little bit like this. If you get unlucky, maybe, I know it doesn't really work like this, but just bear with me, maybe in the next dungeon, my luck will turn around, and I'll get something amazing, but I'll be in a higher key, so it's going to be even more important and better. Okay, that's a +7. I didn't get anything usable. I guess I could use the Malgen's longbow that I just got. I also got a 1H weapon, by the way. I will keep this, by the way. I am collecting the Dalren stuff, and you can see I have a normal mythic version, so an M7 version's a lot better. But we're not dual wielding right now, you know? Maybe we'll go back for Blood for the Blood God or something. I think you need daggers for that. Anyway, Malgen's longbow, right? It's more AP, but only by 4, and I lose 10 crit, and crit is actually king. And we also 2-chested this by 6 seconds, and only because one of the DPS died at the end, and I won't tell you who. It doesn't matter. So we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep running with these guys. I do think it's been pretty chill. Something I've realized about builds like this, and by the way, we were mostly in 2nd place DPS. Let me just see what the overall is, right? Yeah, 2nd place once again, about the same as last time, but this time we had an Argyle, a Worgen build in 1st place. I told you guys when I played this and made a video on it that based on my results at that item level, I was confident it was going to slap. I think something's happened to it since then too, and this guy is a king, bro. So grats to you, bro. You're amazing, Cobellin. Anyway, I also want to give some respect. Gotta put some respect on this name, right? To Rekrox right here, because he's actually playing a pirate build this late into the season, right? Which only takes balls of steel to do. And he's using volley, and I have no idea. I haven't even paid attention to how he's making that work, yet he is. He's perfectly fine, well within the DPS for where we're at a +7 right now. And yeah, we're gonna keep going, like I said. Okay, 2 chests at a +9, not gonna lie, super out of it on this one, but we also had some big pumpers in here, so it is what it is. Do we get any loot? Light Forge, no thank you. Shadowy Male Greaves, probably the worst thing I've ever seen. How is it possible? Okay, I think we have to hit up the Mythic Plus store real quick. Let's go to Orgrimmar. Alright guys, here we are in Orgrimmar, Valley of Wisdom. I can talk to this guy, Edrum Skysong, right? And I can turn in all of these crappy mythic items I got for more mythic coins, and then use the mythic coins to buy Mythic Zero gear. Mythic Zero gear is not the best, but it's better than some of the inefficient garbage that I do have. Perhaps even the good stuff I do have that's just low, like a heroic Band of the Ogre King, or even my weapon, which is 66 item level, but I'd rather have a better one, right? That's actually good for me. So let's start off by recycling everything that I don't want. 25 mythic coins each, honestly, not a bad deal. Yo, take a look at the Anger Forge Battle Axe. Yo, typically this is duty butter because it's a really quick attack speed typically, and therefore very low attack damage. But in the M0 department, it's actually the same. It's all been standardized, except the stats are different than all the other ones. This is 28 strength, 11 expertise. Real talk, the expertise is actually pretty interesting. I do like that. The other ones aren't really that good for me. I mean, Agi and stuff like that. A lot of stamina. Ooh, Trent's Bane. Oh, Trent's Bane, dude. Do I just Trent's Bane? I mean, I am expertise capped, so I mean, crit. Oh, yeah, we Trent's Bane, bro, every time. Wait, can I even get this? 1,200 mythic coins? I only have 1025. Yo, what the hell? That's actually an insanely priced item right there. Maybe that's why they messed up the other day, and they were like, heirlooms are between blank and 1,200. And I'm like, there's a 1,200 heirloom? I don't even see that. I see 1,000. Oh, maybe they got that mixed up with the mythic items, right? Which do go to 1,200. That's an insane price, though, for this type of thing. All right, I guess we have to farm some more, but we'll go ahead and actually prioritize that. We'll just keep queuing until we make it happen. But at least we have something to work towards, right? And there you go. That is a +9. We 2-chested that one too, which I'll definitely take it. As long as it's not a 1 chest, I'm getting a lot. Oh, wait, is that a +8? Okay, fine. It's a +8. I really thought it was a +9. All right, what do we get? Oh, 16 strength gun. Yo, is that better than what I have? This time I lose crit, but I gain a lot of AP, right? Because 18 AP is basically the equivalent of 9 strength. So it's like I'm getting 7 strength over 10 crit, which I do think that's actually worth it. I could be wrong, but I think strength is also king over crits. Yeah, I like that. So, okay, let's hold that. Okay, one more. What do we get? What do we get? Light Forge once again. Where's my other Light Forge? I think I got rid of it because I don't plan a hybrid on this guy. So, yeah, I guess we'll get rid of that one too. But at least we got something usable. So, I'll definitely go ahead and enchant that and put it on. How many coins do we have now? Dude, 20. Oh, I can get it. Because I can trade in something. I'll have 1,200 coins. Yes, dude, let's go ahead and do that. Oh, and by the way, guys, this is my cat, Jax. I thought I would show him too because I showed his sister, right? He's extra cute as well. He's super, super soft. And he is so lovable, man. Yo, what the hell, guys? I just realized I was playing with improved Thunderclap and Incite. I still had my leveling talents on. I can't believe I was doing that. Look at this. Like, what am I even playing with, man? So I've got my axe now. I've got the Trent's Bane, and that's super freaking sick. Super hype. We can go axe spec as a result of that. 5% crit, 5% crit damage. Massive for this build. Always has been. And you guys know me if you've been watching me for years now. I love axe spec. Axe spec makes me happy. I'm going to try something different. I'm just going to do 5 points prey on the week right now as we figure things out. And I had to hit cap myself not being sword spec, so I took 3 points in precision, and I think we're good to go. I'm also going to get axe spec enchant as well, so that's going to be 3% more crit, 3% more damage in that regard. Really good. I don't know what I'm going to replace, though. I guess Powerful Slam, although I've enjoyed using it. Okay, and at the end of the day, we just did a, let's see, +10 prison run, 2-chested. I'll always take a 2-chest. And what do we get? Lava Crest leggings. Do I need legs? Ooh, yes, I do. Valor is pretty cool for a set, but at the end of the day, this is a lot of strength. 15 more strength. What else do we get? Crown of Tyranny? I don't think that's better than my Helm of the Executioner, but okay, GG, man. I'll definitely take the Lava Crest leggings. That's actually an upgrade, and I'm happy about it. In terms of my damage for this one, let's see what the overall was, because that's what matters the most, really. Okay, second place that time. Again, it's like around 4.5k. I do have to say, I was hitting way harder, way harder with just the axe over everything else. Like, it's insane. I was hitting like 15k crits, 20k with Avatar. Amazing. Okay, so I do have them on now. I'm only 0.27 item levels higher than we were before, but we just got in, and huge thanks just for playing with me and everything to Zug Life. He also, this is his guild run, by the way. He got me into a heroic BWL. So we are going to be doing BWL finally in this video, which is really, really nice just to get it over with. Of course, I've done BWL many times in my life, but on Ascension Season 8, we haven't done it yet. So want to get some gear, want to get some tier pieces, hopefully. And you know what? With the new horizontal progression we talked about, that tier 2 stuff should be pretty interesting. And we can build around getting new sets in the future, including a hybrid set if I ever wanted to go the strength hybrid route. Oh, I got my prestige daily done too at max level. That's one thing that's at least good about the prestige dailies. You can get them done at max as long as you do level from 1 to 60 and get that part of the quest done. So we could turn that in. That's 100 more tokens of prestige, which are finally relevant again because I do want more heirlooms in the future for future playthroughs. And there you go. We got a summons, guys. Let's do it.